So I've been playing a bit more Anthem and getting into the end game, as it were, to see what's available, what's out there for you to find. Now, I've noticed a pattern. Everybody's kind of complaining that there's just simply isn't enough good drops. There's no legendaries, there's no Masterworks, nothing really drops. And I think that might be due to sort of your character build not really doing the right thing. So the way I've worked this out, and I've done a couple of tests with it the other day, is everything is based on two skills, which is going to be luck and drop chance. As long as you've got plenty of those, then you should be getting a lot more drops, and I'll go into a little bit of detail how I've gone about it. So basically you start off with 100 base luck. Once you start with that, you'll be able to get in another 90 on top of that. So I've actually tried it with 100 plus, I've tried it with more. It didn't really seem to make a bit of a difference or anything, so I think 90 is the max. So you'll have 190 base luck. And this is one session of about 25-35 minutes max that you're seeing right now. So this is the rewards I got for that. As long as you get in about 90% on top of your 100, so 190% luck, you should be seeing a bit more of a Masterworks or legendaries. Legendaries are a bit funny when it comes to sort of drops. I don't know, they drop from anything really. It drops from the weirdest of creatures to the hardest of bosses, so you just never know where you're going to get one, but you will eventually. Again, that's a matter of personal, real-life luck and in-game luck, that you can do something to boost your character's luck a little bit, so you'll be able to get more out of it. Now, as long as you've got your 190 luck, which is going to be the max that you can get according to some devs, this is it. This is going to be the best you're going to get. Obviously, they're going to do another patch where they're going to remove the whites and the blues and all that sort of stuff from level 30s, because you really have no need to craft anything like that with it anymore. So there's no point for you to get those. But this is where the drop chance, the drop rate comes in. Now, if you see, look, you killed one of these creatures around, and look, he's got a legendary on him. So always try to, whatever sort of you see, shoot it down. He's always going to have something on him. It could be just your luck. It could be the in-game luck, if you know what I mean, what caused it to drop a legendary. While you do have sort of contracts and you have other things that you can try, I found that free roam, just going around into free play and just doing GM1 with nothing too fancy, no team, nothing like that, it was yielding sort of 4, 5, 6 Masterworks within 20, 30, 35 minutes or something like that. And maybe a legendary, maybe even 2 legendaries at some point. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Masterworks and a legendary in the same session of about 30 some minutes. So we'll go and see what they have. So now if I go back to the drop rate, well, the drop rate is how often do they actually drop something. So you kill in any kind of mobs, they will drop something if you have more equipped. Now, I've tried this. I think I had about 135% on top of my original start drop, just to see how much I get. And I do get quite a lot of stuff. Now, you're probably thinking, well, yeah, but most of it is sort of crap. True, but at the same time, you're giving yourself more of a chance to get more loot. By getting more loot, chances are, with your luck being 190, that you will get more of the rare stuff. Now, how that's going to be impacted next week when they're actually patching in the loot and they're making it a little bit better and the sort of drops and all that sort of stuff, that should change how things work. But as long as you've got 190% luck and 90% or even more, I'm not sure if it's capped at 90 for your drop chances, but let's assume it is. So as long as you've got 190 luck and 190 drop chance, you should be seeing a lot more gear and you should be seeing better gear dropping down. Keep in mind that not every single drop you're going to get, it's not going to be a Masterwork or a legendary, but you should be seeing a lot more pink. You should be seeing, well, not pink, purple, and you should be seeing sort of epics and things like that. Once they address that, then obviously you're not going to see sort of white and blue anymore and greens and stuff like that, because like I said, there's just no point for them to be in the game anymore. Once you reach level 30, then you just don't need the white and the green anymore. So that's kind of the way I've gone about it. These are 3 sessions that you've seen. So I went in from about sort of 26 minutes to about 35 minutes each. And I've come up with sort of 4 or 5 different Masterworks and maybe a legendary or 2. So this was about an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes or something like that. And I got about 15, 16, 17, 18 Masterworks, if you've counted them all. I didn't count them all up. But it also gave me 2-3 legendaries on top of that. So an hour and a half for about 18 Masterworks and 2-3 legendaries. I don't think that's bad when it comes to grinding in a looter shooter grinding sort of game. Another thing that you could do, you can see there's a map on the screen, which I'm going to link in the description. You can download and have that so you know where everything is located on the map, where the missions are, where random events happen, where loot boxes, chests, all that sort of stuff open up in the world, so you can just go and collect them and pick them up. And then another thing that you can do, if you're playing on your own and you just go around the edges of the map, go in, do the missions, keep going and keep going, you should be able to get 10 to 12 missions easily just going around outside the map. Another good thing that you could do if you do play with a squad is always try to aim for a 4-man group. A 4-man group will be able to control the map. You're not going to have any randoms in, nobody's going to do any missions, nobody's going to take any chests or anything that's available in the world. It's all going to be for you and your teammates. So as long as 4 of you control the map, you control all the events and everything like that. So it's always best, if possible, to play with a full squad, because you're going to get the access to every single thing that's on that server at that particular time. A server, an instance is created every time you join. You might have seen it a couple of times where you're saying server shut down in 2 hours or something. So basically what happens is once you join an instance, that server will be available for X amount of hours, and then the server will reboot. So that's kind of why it's better to play with a squad if at all possible, but you should be able to do stuff alone. As I've shown earlier on, I did it all on my own. So that's pretty much it for me. Hopefully this helps you out getting a bit more loot. If you enjoyed it, as always, give it a thumbs up, post a comment, let me know some of your findings, and I'll see you in the next one.